Hello, Coach. Thanks for joining us here on WOBN 97.5. We know you're very busy. We want to thank you for taking some time out of your day to join us, and we just want to welcome you to campus here into the Otterbein basketball program.
Yeah, thank you. Everyone's been great so far, and I couldn't be more excited to be a Cardinal.
Coach, this is your first head coaching job. If you could, just share with us your initial feelings when you found out that you were selected for the job.
It's an incredibly humbling and honoring, and it's such an honor to hear from a place like Otterbein with the tradition in the men's basketball program like they have. And then, going throughout the interview process and getting to know the people and the community and the family atmosphere that's part of the institution. It was just a really kind of surreal moment, where all your hard work and sacrifices pays off for something that you really want. And like I said, I couldn't be happier to be at Otterbein.
DePaul is a place that you've coached at since 2009. It's where you played your college basketball. I think it's probably safe to say that Greencastle and DePaul have been a big part of your life. How difficult is it going to be to leave a place like that?
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely a little bittersweet. I always tell people I feel like I grew up twice in Greencastle, once in college and then once when I came back and worked here as part of my professional career. So this place will always mean a lot to me, and I'll stay in touch with all of my friends and everyone who supported me during my time at DePaul. But right now I'm really looking forward to the future and looking forward to building up the Otterbein program, back to a place of national prominence. And then really alongside with that, just being part of the community at Otterbein and Westerville, and making new friends and new memories as we go.
The coaching job became available in the middle of March. How long after you heard about the job opening at Otterbein did you feel like this would be a job that you would be interested in?
I actually I've obviously known about the history of the program, working in Division III college athletics, but when we played at Otterbein last year in the Smokey Ballinger tournament, that was kind of my introduction to the campus, to the community, and the facilities, and when I saw that the job was open, I was immediately excited about it. I've made it a point as I've kind of gone through the next steps of my professional career not to just throw my name in the hat at any job. I've tried to be very picky in which jobs I've tried to go after, and when I saw that the Otterbein job was open, I knew it was a special place and an opportunity that I couldn't pass up.
You mentioned the Ballinger tournament, and you got a chance to coach against Otterbein earlier this year in the Reich Center, a 54-42 victory for the Tigers. After that game, what was your impression of the Otterbein players?
I was very impressed with the players. We were actually, I think, down 12 at halftime in that game, and it was kind of one of those ugly offensive games that turned into a defensive battle. But I was really impressed with the way that the Otterbein players competed. I thought they played really hard. I thought they played the game the right way. And they certainly gave us some trouble in trying to run our offense. So particularly at the defensive end, I was really impressed with how they played, and I'm looking forward to working with all those guys.
You also talked about the facilities, the Reich Center, the equipment. When you came here and when you've got to look around the campus, what were your impressions of those?
I was really impressed. I think the Reich Center is the best Division III venue in the country for Division III basketball. So I'm really excited to call the Reich Center home. Obviously, there's, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of tradition and history on that court as well. So I think it's top-of-the-line facilities, and I'm really looking forward to taking advantage of those.
Coach, what sort of style of play do you hope to bring to Westerville, or is it going to be more dependent on what type of players you have around you?
Yeah, I think it's going to be more so dependent on the kind of players. We got to kind of get in there and assess what our strengths are and decide which direction we want to go. I think that one of the great things about my coaching development is that I've been exposed to a lot of different coaches and a lot of different styles of play. So I really feel like I have a diverse toolbox when it comes to coaching and style of play. And so we can play fast, we can play slow, we can play somewhere in between. And so I'm looking forward to kind of adapting my style to the strengths of our team and going in that direction.
In the past few years, it seems that Otterbein has been trying to build for the future and not really focusing on the present state of basketball. That being said, what are your goals for year one?
Yeah, I think there's definitely going to be some urgency right away for improvement. I think there are some pieces in place where we can see some immediate improvement. And we're going to have that urgency for right now because the current players on the team, they have a very small window as part of their lives to play college basketball, and I want to try to help them make the most of what's left of that experience. So we will definitely have some urgency for right now, but we've also got to keep in mind that this is going to be a process, and it's not going to happen overnight. So my goal is to come in and just take things day by day. We're going to embrace the process of just trying to get a little bit better each day, and I think we'll see the results add up as we adopt that mentality. But for this first year, I just want this team to become the best version of itself, and we'll work hard every day to get these guys playing at a really high level.
Retention of players has been a problem on campus for the past few years. How will you try to keep the players on the team?
Yeah, well, I think a really important part of who I am as a coach is I want the players to have a well-rounded experience. And the most important thing for me is that when guys leave our program, they are prepared to lead successful and fulfilling lives. They have the skills and the confidence that they need to go and pursue their professional goals. So we're going to be big on relationships. The players are going to know that the coaching staff is invested in them as students, as people, and as basketball players. They're going to know that we care about them both on and off the court. And I think that when you can build those relationships, those are the things that really last. You don't really remember how many points you scored or how many minutes you played. You remember the relationships, and that's what we're going to base our program on.
Lastly, Coach, one of your primary goals, your first things you're going to have to accomplish is putting together a staff. That being said, what are your goals? What do you look for when you're putting together a staff for your first year here at Otterbein?
Yeah, I think that no matter what the staff looks like, we're going to have to get some great recruiters. We're going to have to make recruiting a priority moving forward, and that's the lifeblood of any college program, no matter what the sport is. So recruiting is going to be important. But I also want guys on staff who are going to care as much about the players, both on and off the court, as I will, and that's going to be a hallmark of the coaching staff at Otterbein, that we're really invested in our players' success, both on and off the court, and I think that's the most important thing to me.
Coach, we thank you for your time and talking with us and talking with the Otterbein fans, and we look forward to speaking with you again very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.